It's simple mathematics. Check it out. I revolve around science. What are we talking about here?
Okay, this is our composite shape from last night from homework, so I'm just going to go over the answers. So you notice that there is a cylinder on top of a rectangular prism. Now, if you look at it, obviously the drawing is not to scale because the radius is 2 meters and the depth of this particular object is 1.2. So in reality, this would not work out, but just go with the numbers, how it is and how it looks, and figure it out. Because really, the cylinder should be wider than the actual rectangle. But anyways, we're just going to figure it out based on math. It has nothing to do with the diagram because diagrams can be wrong. We're all not great at art. Okay, so some of us are, but some of us aren't. Anyways, so I'm just going to go ahead and calculate the volume first. That's the quick one. So notice I have the 3 dimensions of the rectangle here. All right, so base, height, depth. Base, height, depth. Okay, and then this is our formula for volume of a cylinder. So I have all of the pieces there. I've gone ahead and substituted in. So the radius was 2, the height was 2.1, and we know that pi is 3.14. Then my base is 2.6, my height is 1.6, and my depth is 1.2. Okay, so then it's just simply following order of operations to solve for the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I shouldn't need a calculator, I don't think, but anyways, well, I might need it once I get to here. But anyway, so 2 times 2 is 4. So therefore, the radius squared is 4 times 1.2 plus... Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and solve this because I can do that all at once. All right, so I'm going to type into my calculator. Now I'm not pulling the calculator up on the screen for speed. Okay, so 2.6 times 1.6 times 1.2 equals 4.992. So 4.992. I just put it in brackets. I don't really need the brackets there. Anyway, so don't worry about that. Because I started doing it in brackets. Okay, so then I can solve this particular thing, which is all multiplication as well. All right, so I have 3.14 times 4 times 2.1 equals 26.376 plus 4.992, and then my grand total of volume is plus 4.992 equals 31.368, and that is volume, so it is meters cubed. Okay, you can see how I combined the two. Now, it's okay if you didn't combine the two, but you can kind of see how I might be able to speed things up. And I apologize for all the announcements coming on. Hopefully you can hear over that. Okay, so then we get to surface area. Okay, so surface area is a bit different, and this is where the diagram lies to us. So we're just going to work with the numbers. Okay, so here I have the surface area of the cylinder, if you remember right here, right? Okay, surface area of the cylinder is kind of all the way here. And then I have the surface area of the a rectangular prism. Now, there are 2 of the same sides, so that's why I'm multiplying by 2. So if I take this base and this height over here, 1.6, there are 2 of those. And then there are 2 sides, and then there are the top and the bottom. Okay, so there's 6 sides. Okay, so 2 times 2 times 2, all right, okay, so there are 2 of those, right? Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, right? So we have to make sure we include those, and there's 2 of each. All right. So then I can go ahead and plug in the numbers. But if I go back up to my diagram, remember that this whole tank is filled with water. So I'm missing this area here for both the rectangle and the cylinder. Okay, so I'm missing 2 circles. If we think about it, this has to be a piece of glass, and this has to be a piece of glass on the cylinder. So I'm actually missing 2, right? 2 pieces. So if I took away the circle, to allow a hole to be open from the rectangle, and then I have to take away the bottom of the cylinder. I'm really missing the two circles that are in the cylinder. So it's almost, if you think about it, that I can cancel this whole part of the equation out and then go ahead and start solving for the rest. Okay, so realistically, I'm solving for this. Okay, all right. So I'm doing base height plus 2 base depth plus 2 times height depth. Okay, which then I can plug in 6.28. Okay, my radius was 2. My height was 2.1 plus 2 times 2.6 times 1.6 plus 2 times 2.6 times 1.2, and then plus 2 times 1.6 times 1.2. Okay, and I think I have all my bases covered there. All right. Okay, so I end up here just calculating. So we end up with, on this side, we can go ahead and, well, we can do what's inside the brackets, but really that's all multiplication. So we are going to end up with 6.28 times 2 times 2.1 equals 26.376. Oh, we already had that number there. Interesting. So we probably didn't need to calculate that out if we know that we already have 2 pi r times h somewhere else. Okay, now we're going to add all of this together. So we end up with 2 times 2.6 times 1.6 equals 8.32 plus, all right, 2 times 2.6 times 1.2 equals 6.24 plus 2 times 1.6 times 1.2 equals 3.84. So then I need to add all of these together. Plus 6.28 plus 8.32 plus 26.376 equals 4.816 centimeters, or sorry, this was meters squared. So therefore the surface area is that. And you can see how I can combine the two. So there's your two answers.
It's simple mathematics. Check it out. I revolve around science.